Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan, well, another season of West Ham Fan TV's post-match pint, the only West Ham United post-match football show on the internet. We've just come back from Old Trafford. Unfortunately, it was Manchester United 4, West Ham United 0. Scott?
Yeah, so, debuts.
Lots of debuts.
Yeah, Joe Hart in goal, Zabaleta at right back, Reedy of Bonner, centre halves, Masuaku left back, Nobes and Obiang, the two central sort of holding midfielders. In front of them, Fernandez, Ayew, debut for Arnautovic, and then debut up top for Hernandez. And a very, very defensive bench.
Very defensive. First off, let's concentrate on the starting lineup. How can we get to this point in the season and have so many injuries already? It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's a joke.
It's
nothing new. It's nothing new. It's nothing you can do about
that's
it.
That's the problem, isn't it? It's nothing new.
Everyone else seems to have a full squad to choose from, and we've got 3 of our 4 main players out. Three of our main players out.
I mean, what do you think it could be? Is it the style of training?
No, I've got to say this. Lanzini is a bit of a funny one. He's got a bit of a history with injuries. He's got a little bit. He's had a few layoffs. But as soon as I'll be honest with you, as soon as they said he's injured and he's going to be out, I'm thinking Liverpool. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking straight away. Carroll, look, before we get into the game, right, these injuries, should we talk about this now or after? What do you think?
Should we do it after? It's before the game.
Yeah,
let's talk. Let's do
the squad for the game.
Okay, yeah.
So.
Carroll is the one that confuses the shit out of me, right? Because you've seen us over the summer. I've said some stuff about Carroll. I've seen the photos. There's question marks and doubts as to whether or not the photos were taken at that time. Listen, I've got no fucking doubt that they was taken at that time. Yeah, the ones in Ibiza I'm talking about, or wherever he was, or Magaluf, or wherever he was supposed to be. No doubt. Like 2 people, separate people, posted them photos on the same day that everyone else was in Germany doing the pre-season. Yeah, and that would take some fucking doing to get 2 people to go into. You know what I mean? Look, there's people saying, he's off, he's allowed to do what he wants. He was meant to be off for 3 weeks and he's still out. And that was in March.
And we still don't know when he's coming back.
And we still don't, well, they reckon Newcastle, don't they?
Slav reckons Newcastle, he said he'll be
and he's
back.
still out.
I've heard it might be a bit longer.
Well, who knows with him? It's a fucking mystery, isn't it?
But the thing is, how many times have we seen a Slav press conference when he say, "Oh, he should be back for the next game or the game after that," and then it's...
Well, I saw him do it 25 times last season.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's never, oh no, he's going to be back in a couple of weeks, and then a couple of weeks turns into a couple of months, and then he's back next week. No,
you don't...
Just be honest and say, we ain't got a clue.
Look, at the end of the day, like, they're not... We don't expect them to live like monks. They're entitled to a drink now and again during pre-season.
I think it was just a start. Look, we've discussed all of this, but I'm more concerned. Antonio was meant to be an hamstring injury. He's still out.
Didn't he have an op though?
Yeah, he had an operation, and all that stuff. Coyote out. Lanzini out. Yeah. I mean, what is going on?
But that's what I'm saying. A couple of them are not.
Why don't we get the likes of Snodgrass injured? Why does it always seem to be our main, the ones that can do the damage?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
The most important players.
And they're always at the same time.
Yeah.
Always at the same time.
Because as soon as this lot come back, there'll be a fresh lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you'll have Sacco and Anders.
There'll be fans of other clubs having these sorts of discussions. Like, why is it always,
Yeah, but we don't care about them.
The thing is it down...
Every club's fans seem to think they get the worst.
Is it down to the players? Right? Because you look at O'Connor. Yeah, he went out around January time, didn't he?
Yeah.
Wasn't meant to return until the start of this season.
Yeah.
Played the last game of the season. Obiang, long-term injury, had his operation, fit playing in pre-season. Noble, operation. From what I heard, he was in a couple of days longer than he should have been in hospital. Back playing, but then you've got Cameron, Sacco, You know, Antonio still not back.
Sakko's back.
Oh yeah, sorry, Sakko's back. Yeah, sorry, but the length of time he was out for, obviously, there's other.
Well, that would have been his first game today, I believe.
Yeah.
Apart from under 23s.
Yeah. But that's saying that with the under 23s. Antonio got an hour for the under 23s on Friday.
Yeah.
Why didn't he sit on the bench today?
They probably thought like it was too soon to have him like.
But it's the same. It's a full game. He's right. He's totally right.
He could have sat on the bench today
and
come on for 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's the same sort of thing. It's a game of football at the end of the day.
Regardless of whether it's under 23s or.
Exactly. Obviously, with Man United, it's going to be more competitive, but you're still running at the same pace. You know, you're still doing the same sort of thing. So why
I ain't got the answer for that. But let's go on to the game today, because I'm talking about injuries. I said I'd be talking about injuries for the last 3.5 bloody years. I've been sitting here.
Hopefully Gary Lewin can work his magic now.
Yeah, I'm Gary. Sort it out. We're going to the game. Kicks off. I mean, I'm not even going to go into the day we've had, but we'll talk about that a bit later. But yeah, we're going to the game. Kick it off. We looked all right for 20 minutes. It went to shit.
Did we?
I thought we did.
It was a bit end to end. I thought
we was competing. We didn't make too many chances. I think we was winning the ball well. I think we was keeping them contained. And then all of a sudden,
we kept it contained. Our problem is that we gave them the ball, we set off. That's fine. When we had the ball, all we done was give it away.
Our pass. I'll tell you something now, right? I can't fucking fathom for the life of me how they learn to pass. They must not do any work on passing, because every pass we hit, and I've been saying this for a year, right? Every pass we hit is under hit, and if someone gets it, they're always getting it caught between their feet and all that. We've got no fluidity. And I was saying this today, when I look at the team again, all the signings and that, we still look like we had the same problems. There was 5 at back, 5 up front, and they don't interlink and join and sort of flow with each other.
Building it through the middle.
No.
Do you know what the thing?
It's at the end of the day, right? I'll put this in before you go. It's Man United.
Yeah, of course.
It's a fucking Man United team that could well win the league this year. So I'm gonna, with a lot of money being spent on it. So I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt for that.
Yeah.
But go on, I'll let you.
Right. The 4 players we've signed, you can see a completely different quality to the players we had last season. And even the players that were on that pitch today that were there last season, the 4 that we've added, they're a different level to every other player on that pitch. You can see it. Zabaleta, he's a different level to all our other defenders.
Yeah.
He didn't have the best of game today either, but he had no support from
I thought he was our best player.
Arnautovic, different wavelength. Hernandez, completely different level to what we've had. You know, that they are massive improvements, but the other team have got to pull their socks up, and today we didn't. You know, we're sitting back. They could have had a penalty. I thought
I thought that was a penalty.
You've seen them given. I'm surprised it wasn't. It was Old Trafford.
Yeah.
But the thing that pisses me off, as I said, when we got the ball, we did nothing wrong with it. But
nothing with it.
Yeah. Other teams go at Man United. They're not that strong at the back. Right? They showed that last season. They haven't improved that much at the back. They've improved in midfield. They've improved up front. But at the back, they haven't. And you've seen other teams. You saw it yes on Saturday with teams like who was it? Leicester when at Arsenal. Knew Arsenal couldn't defend. Now, I know Arsenal's defence probably is worse than Man United's defence with players they had out on Friday night. But they went for it.
We're not good enough to go to the ground. I'm going to defend for 90.
I'm going to put this out very, very, very early. Yeah, and this is going to be a very unpopular opinion. We've signed better players. We've got the same problems. It's the management. I'm afraid.
I'm still giving him the benefit of that.
Season against the big boys.
So we're nowhere near.
But then you think the season before that we was going to these grounds and having a go. And
yeah, what? It was his first season in there. He's coming back off the back of a different manager.
The thing with that first season that Sled have. The defensive
I don't think you can.
The defence was instilled with that Allardyce way of playing. After that season's gone, you saw it later in the season it went. we lost that Allardyce defence. Yeah, and we've not had a decent defence in the past 2 years.
Because he's a defender.
I don't want to turn on him this early. Like, it's the first game. I'm not getting, as I said before, it's Man United and all that. But, like, from what I saw today, we've got the same problems. We've got a team that is literally split in half. Attackers, defenders, they don't play together. You could see it today. People coming out of the central midfield, they're going bosh across the fire, and they're looking forward, and they think there's no one there. Yeah. There is not a person to go forward to.
Did you see when Reed?
The way Man United flows,
yeah,
it just goes. They just interlink. They just, you know what I mean. They come forward. They know when they've got to go. They know when they've got to drop. Our team, they ain't got a fucking clue. I'm sorry, but I'm going to put that out early. Like, I'm really upset with the performance there because we done okay for 20 minutes and then we've just capitulated. And you know what it looks to me like? They ain't fit enough for a fucking start. These poxy fucking games that they've been playing over in pre-season against German 4th division teams, they need to go and start playing some fucking half fucking decent competitive games where they're running around and fucking having to try for it.
We had that when we played Man City because that's all we did is chase after the ball for 90 minutes.
Just like watching the games from last season.
But it's gone from one level to the next. The Man City game is a fucking cash cow. They've flown the two teams over there to give the fucking, what was it, Iceland, the Iceland crowd a Premier League game. It's not a fair match. Man City are fucking, and it looked that last week, and I was saying, I don't take no notice of pre-season. I don't take no notice of it, and all that, and I don't take no notice of it. But on that day, when I watched that game, I could see they were miles, and I mean miles in terms of fitness. Who have they been playing? They played Spurs. They played Munich. They played Real Madrid. Who we played? ASK Penico or so. Who the fuck?
Antona 93.
Antona 93. The fourth division team, and nearly got fucking beat.
Yeah. Fulham.
Yeah.
The only game we won.
But the way we set out today was the same way we set out against the big sides last season.
Yeah, and look how it works out.
We started the season exactly the same way against Chelsea, right? Last season, sitting back.
Yeah, I understand.
And we nearly got a draw out of that game. But today we were worse. I will say, I thought when we went 1-0 down, we got better. I thought on the ball we got better. We looked more, for some reason, more relaxed. But by that time, you're chasing the game at Old Trafford
against a Mourinho team
and against a striker that scores against you for fun.
Yeah, let's talk about this motherfucker.
I hate him.
He missed the goal last game. It's the first time in 10 games we've stopped him from scoring. So what did he do today? He's got two.
Yeah, he picked up for it. He's something else.
He's unbelievable.
He hates us.
And do you know what? I had the audacity to sit in a pub on Thursday night going, you know what? He don't look that good this season. He's missing chances left, right and centre. I knew when he got to us he wouldn't fucking miss him.
Of course not.
You know what I mean?
It was no shock. It was no great
The
surprise.
thing is, we contained him quite well in the Everton game, and I was hoping we'd use a bit of that experience.
So, to be fair, until he scored, right? And let's be honest, looking back at the goal, Zabaleta got caught out of position. I was watching it on Sky, and Souness, when they got to half time, Souness said it. He says, "You see Zabaleta go, and Zabaleta looks, and he can see Matic. I'm sure it was Matic shutting down Obiang, and Obiang's trying to lay the ball, and the ball was never going there. Obiang should have turned around and played it back to Joe. It was terrible, but." Someone of Zabaleta's experience should have known, wait a minute, he's in trouble here, I'll hold my run off. If the ball goes out there, it's gone out there, but there's no trouble. He doesn't, he makes that run, the ball messes up, he lays it out to Rashford, game over, isn't it? You know, because that's the other thing that bugs me with this thing you're playing defensive. You need to counter-attack. We ain't got no fucking pace. How can you counter-attack with no pace?
Well, that's the thing.
And that's what caught us out with the goal. They've got bundles of pace. They had bundles of pace last season. It always causes problems. We didn't deal with it.
I think it's not knowing what to do with the ball as well. I sat there right until Reed. There was a point. It seemed like forever he sat there looking like around. He was with the ball like this, and he eventually just passed it over to Zabaleta.
Yeah, but it's
and then they're passing it back.
Moves, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but it's so you're not knowing where to pass the ball, where you can get it, and you can't move. So by the time you get ready to counter attack, they've already got their shape back, and
that's really
Mourinho team the ball. They know what they're doing in that defensive.
They know where. As soon as they lose the ball, they're all filtering back into position.
You just see too many of that, don't it? When the players not knowing where to pass the ball, like Hernandez, there was points when he was like, "Come on."
The thing for me is that we are better when we play that quick, crisp passing.
Mm.
You know, when we're
High
knocking it
intensity.
down, we are so much better when we do that.
I never see a West Ham pass. I might just be looking at this from, you know, a bit of a, you know, an annoyed perspective. But I never see a player running onto a ball. I never see a ball played into someone's stride. And all I remember seeing,
Antonio with Lanzini near Palace, that was a good example of that.
well, fuck me, Dan. I'm talking about this season already. I mean, it's
Yeah,
one
I
game
think
in.
I'll try to
No, I mean, but I'm talking about like most of the times at
100%,
home
yeah.
last season. Yeah,
Yeah.
you've given me one example. This should be every fucking time they make a 5-yard pass.
Yeah. I think there was something with Faguli, but that's it. But he said it's rare, like he said.
I rarely see it. I watch every other team. They look like they're passing the ball crisply. It doesn't look like we know what we're doing. Right. And you know, you can't keep on blaming the players. You can't keep on saying, "Oh, yeah, it's not," you know, it's the players and what we had last
It's the
season.
injuries.
You can't keep saying it's the
Man
injury.
United.
It's got to come round to it's the manager.
Yeah.
He ain't doing what he's meant to be doing.
We've-
I fucking hate having to. No, I'm not turning on him straight away. Like obviously,
you've got to
Simon's
call-
got
you've got to
but
call
yeah,
it out.
when you're seeing the same things over and over and over again,
There's
one
one
common-
players we've signed. We're still playing the same way.
there's one common denominator here.
Mm.
That's Slaven Village.
But look, nothing's won and lost on the opening day of the
Exactly.
season, is it? So,
Look,
Yeah.
how many times we've seen what? Look at Arsenal. You know, we beat them 2-0 start of the season. They went on the qualifier. They got beat by Villa, I think, the year Villa got relegated.
They
It
very
happens.
nearly got beat the other night.
Yeah, you know, the start of the season, first game, nothing's
Yeah,
nothing's set in stone.
What concerns
But
me now,
it was the way we lost.
Obviously, like after the first goal, it's a brilliant finish. He gets a bit of luck, comes off the post and nestles in the other side. You know, to be fair, they could have had 5 or 6 today quite easily. There was times when they were just lining up for him on the back post. They hit the post.
Yeah, inside post as well.
Yeah,
Like,
and but as soon as got it to half time 1-0, I thought, oh, do you know what I mean? I spoke to someone as I was walking up the stairs. As I said, I'll talk to you about why I'm walking up the stairs in a minute. But
it's a good story. It's a good story.
yeah, so I thought 1-0, you know, you've always got a half chance, corner, free kick or something like that. 2-0, no chance.
Early on again.
And it was an unmarked free header, the same man over and over again. I mean,
We just don't learn, do we?
no.
Don't give a player like that free.
Didn't we have the chance in the first half before they
just at
started?
the end.
When
Yeah, there was a chance at the end as well.
Ayew and was it Fernandez? It went with the same shot, faulted the higher end of save. That was a penalty. If you watch it back on the replay, Noble gets took out
yeah.
and it's a penalty, and the referee doesn't give it because we fired a shot away. To be honest, there shouldn't be no advantage in the penalty area because the penalty is an advantage.
Yeah.
So I think that's poor refereeing at that point.
Yeah, I'm not going to fucking.
But
should-
it doesn't
I'd
affect
say
the
it's
result.
wrong,
But
yeah.
I'm just saying.
But
watch it
but
back,
then
you see it,
at the
it's a
same
penalty.
time, would it though? If that we did get penalty and we did score, would the game be different if it's 1-0?
Of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Of course it would.
Because we've
Then
gone
you're-
with that.
We lost 6-1.
Yeah. It's like their one that I think they should have had a penalty. We should have definitely had a penalty. But I think again that sums us up really. 2 players going to shoot the same ball.
Yeah.
But I mean,
And I think that. Do you know what? I think that's the first time I touched the ball in the first half.
Yeah, and for someone, he's been one of our best players in pre-season, and he was pretty
He was
poor today.
non-existent. Absolutely non-existent. It was pointless him being out there.
I was buzzing.
they look like they were still on pre-season, just strolling around. But that's the problem as well. What I've seen in pre-season of our players, none of them are really putting any effort in.
Sort of going through the motion.
Just going through the motion, strolling around. You know what I mean? There wasn't no one breaking sweat and things like that. You take football competitively, like even against these teams, go out there and smash them 7-0, 8-0, 9-0, whatever. You know what I mean? Get your confidence up, get your goal tallies up, get your fucking shooting boots on. Draw into like, and I don't look at the results. It don't mean fuck all, but it ain't good when you're going and almost losing to German 4th division teams. You know what I mean?
You should, as much as you
Just
should
because
be beating them.
you're strolling, and that's why when you look at like the likes of, now I'm not saying we should be going to play Real Madrid and Bayern Munich and all them ones at the top 10, but play a team on your level. Do you know what I mean? Play a team on your level and make it competitive, make it something to work for.
Do you think not being able to play at home? We normally have that prestigious friendly before the start of the season. You know, it's, all right, so you can say we have Man United, but not having that last friendly at home.
I'll be honest with you, mate.
Us a bit.
I know that there's World Championships and that, but I think for the next few years, at least, we should book a lot of our friendlies at home.
Yeah,
We
but
can't.
I think
No,
there's
I know we
something- I think
can't.
the next 2 years, I think there's something going on in August at the
I'll
stadium.
be totally honest.
It's a joke,
It's absolutely pathetic. The amount of money they've wasted converting that in, and the stadium's half empty.
Yeah.
If you ain't filling that stadium to get people to go and watch Usain Bolt or Mo Farah,
I
because they're retiring.
I think it's been pretty full for,
It's not
for the
really-
championship.
it's not. It's been like 2 nights have been full the whole time.
Yeah.
It's pathetic.
And Usain Bolt's done now, so they can't even bank on his.
Yeah, it's
like,
ridiculous.
Mo Farah's retired.
Yeah. So there you go,
You
mate.
know, they ain't got the two.
But
two
you know,
names
that's
granted.
the thing. We can't play at home. Now we've lost to Man United. I know we ain't finished the game yet. We've lost that. We've got to travel to Southampton, Cheltenham in the cup, and in Newcastle before we get.
Right, Southampton, Newcastle, 2 grands. We never. Oh, I know we won at Southampton last year. That was the first time we won now.
They haven't scored at home in 6 games.
But we're going to 2
West
grands.
Ham.
We
6
never normally
games.
do well.
We're turning up.
And West Ham.
We never do well.
We never do well
at
at Newcastle. You know, but I
Mm.
know we still got to finish game. I'm just saying,
Newcastle.
we are in. It's.
Yeah.
Did anyone expect us to get anything out of Man United?
No, of course not.
No, but like-
it's always going to be difficult. But like to be honest, we capitulated at the end as well,
Yeah.
and the result.
It didn't flatter them.
No, it didn't flatter them, but it could have been. 2-0 would have been, an okay result to come away with in the circumstances and that. It didn't flatter them. They deserved it. They probably deserved a few more. They was magnificent on the day.
My mate Tony, right, who's Paul's Palace, texted me as soon as that 4th goal went in and went, well, at least we ain't bottom now. You know?
Well, I tell you what else was winding me up, right? Is seeing Hernandez, right, creating he was creating the chances that were being created when you want him on the end of the chances.
in
and no one's on
midfield.
it, yeah.
He was in
He was
midfield
so
and something.
deep.
I was sitting there thinking, we ain't signed you to play there. Get up there.
He was playing so deep and creating all these chances, and no one's on the end of it. And he's going, "Oh, what are you doing?" And
Probably
he's on the
enough
wing.
running
Do you
about
think
up
he'll-
front and not
Do
getting
you
the ball.
think he'll
Want him in
better
the
when
box.
Sacco come on? The 2 up top.
Not really.
Yeah.
Sacco,
I
done
don't think they went to up top. I think he chucked out to the wing.
It did seem like that. He was playing on the wing, like, but then he went fucking in the attacking midfield after that. He went on the wing a bit, then he went back down here, and Sacco was just sort of going.
Gave him a bit more freedom to move about though, which sometimes in a way you need from the strikers.
I just think some of the tactics were wrong. I think he should have went with.
What? There was no.
I don't know. The only change I would have made personally if I was him is bearing in mind you're going defensive, and you're gonna want your defenders to defend. I don't think that's what I should have played.
No.
He's useless at defending. He's great going forward.
Well, I mean,
He can't defend.
Maybe the way to go would be Cresswell
And Messelaka.
and Masuaku, like Masuaku down the
Nah,
Don't think so.
no, I don't think so. Got too many good left wingers now. Let Antonio play next week. When allow him to, he's going to fucking fit in. If you've got Masuaku down there,
Well, it depends on who is back fit, isn't it? But I'm saying if Lanzini's not back and Atovic playing the number 10, like
he
slightly
could
in
definitely
behind,
play there.
Antonio out on the right.
What about Snodgrass? He's still there.
What about Snodgrass? Where was he today?
Where's
Where's his mysterious injury appeared? You know what I mean?
Leeds.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's been no reports of him being injured.
Faguli's gone.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm not disappointed in that one bit.
No, but Faguli's gone.
So
Snodgrass.
But again,
There's more players coming in.
I will say one thing with Faguli going, he is fit. He should have been in the squad today.
Should have
whether
played
he's going or not.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
You know, as much as I don't like him as a player, he still should have been in that squad today. And
think he
then
should have
find
played.
out Galatasaray right tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
if that's,
I know if his head's out the door though, like already, and he knows he's leaving, would you want him on the...
but you just tell him, look, you're going anyway. Just sit on the bench, give us another body, give us an option. He's going to want match practice. I know you run the risk of him getting injured, fair enough, but I mean,
Which is scary, and we have made real good additions this season to the squad and things like that. It's just a bit frightening that the same things are happening. You're getting players that are real good players from other teams, and you're playing exactly the same way, and they seem to be falling into habits of, as I said, there's one common denominator, and I think the management. And I hate to say this, but he'll be gone. I think within 10 games and you know what else as well, because it gets a lot of pressure onto him, because you know we've had some tough opening games. Like since he took over, we've had Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man United as our opening 3 games. He won one, he lost one narrowly, and he's just been absolutely fucking demolished today. But like you've always got that comfort. The next one, you're going home. Like after a beating like we had today,
you want to be playing at home.
You want to be playing at home,
which initially,
and like
we would have been.
Well, this is the thing, right? So, look, we've got to talk about this. We've got to talk about it. It's not a fucking, you know, it's the elephant in the room at the moment. Like people saying they don't like. I fucking hate it. I think it's absolutely disgraceful. And I can pull up videos, and I'll pull a video up any time you want me to of Karen Brady saying home fixtures take precedent over anything that's happening in the stadium. Yeah, now, I know this World Championship was booked in years in advance. She shouldn't have said that. She should never have said that.
Yeah,
because it puts her in an uncompromisable position. Yeah, because she's lying, Scott. That's a lie. Yeah, like, there's no other way to. Like, I don't want to dress it up. Of course, I don't want to dress it up. But I've been thinking about, you know, did she mean after? No, that was a fucking barefaced lie, and that is where the problems come with the board. Like they've done brilliant in the window. I've given the praise that they deserved and that, right? But I can't, and this is what I done a Monday Musings recently saying, should I be apologising to the board? Why should I be apologising? They're still fucking lying.
Yeah,
their liars are still fucking festering there. I'm not apologising for that. I'll give them credit, and I think that like this window, although it's sort of like a mutton in lamb's clothing, is that what you call it? Mutton dressed as lamb, right? Yeah. A mutton dressed as lamb, because I think it looks better than it is because of the money that they've spent and the money that they've received back in.
Yeah, so they really haven't spent them.
So they haven't really spent their money. But I'm not worried, as I said, I'm not worried about the money they've signed. I'm worried about the quality of player that they've signed.
They've got the quality.
Yeah? They've got the quality of player that they not promised, but they've got the quality of player that improves the team, which I can't. You know, that's fucking kudos.
If we've got the quality of player that we got now, last season, we wouldn't have been in the predicament we were in last season.
Exactly.
Pyatt would have been happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, maybe the stuff off the field may have still swayed him to leave, but the players that he was, allegedly, sorry, the players that he was promised when he was signing his new deal, we're going to get these type of players in, he would have had it, we would have had a better quality player. So that may have panned out differently, which, to be honest, we haven't been the same since he's gone.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is, we're not going to attract another player like him.
Man, but like we could have got that Buddha Booze or whatever his name was, right? Who created the Bodie Bose.
So Scott's not really one that gets dug out of bed pronunciation.
It might be right. You don't know. Tell someone. But he created the most chances in the top 5 leagues in Europe, like Pyatt when we bought him. Yeah. If we should have went all out for that geezer, and that could have been the guy to be the Pyatt replacement and create these chances for players like Hernandez and Sacco. We need someone like that. And where did he went? I can't remember where he went. He went to some other French team or some Turkish team or something like that in the end. And we could have went, you know what, we'll have this geezer. And
look, I'm not going to knock the quality of signings. I was happy with Arnautovic. I was happy with Zabaleta. Yeah. I was happy with Hernandez. And you know, I'm not a great fan of Joe Arts, but I was happy because I think he improves the positions. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But like going back, the reason why I'm fucking sitting here whinging still is because they've lied to us. Like, and it's plain to see. Like, there's evidence out there, and they don't address it. Do you know what I mean?
That's the problem.
That's the problem. They don't address it. Like they sit there, and you can say what you want about football Twitter. Football Twitter's a vile place. Like, you know what I mean? That like there's people out there just what they call rustling people for the sake of rustling people. Yeah, but they let them sit there fester and talking about them like this. Address it. You know what I mean? Like, get out and say, look, I shouldn't have said that. But instead, they just let these people retweet these videos and tweet them again, tweet them again. And it just gets everyone in this one pot just getting angry and angry. Address it. You know what I mean? Go out there and say, I should never... nip it in the bun. Just say, I should never have said that. But, like, this is what's going to happen. Next season, there's going to be...
But are they being lied to? Are they being lied to?
Nah.
In the sense
of...
if
that's the case...
Well, you're going to rent the stadium, you get priority over everything apart from boxing.
That'd be contractual.
If that's the case, it'd be a contractual thing and you can back out of it.
Like, they'd have to say...
But they can't back out of it. Because there's nowhere to go.
No, but so what sort of business people are they?
You'd have that in writing, wouldn't you? That saying your fixtures get priority.
If I was a businessman, if I was them, I would have that in writing, in a contract, and in the contract I'd say, if this is not abided by, you have to buy the bowling back and build it back up again. That's what I would have had, something like that. Or you have to provide us with a new site, with a new stadium that we can have purpose built on your expense, because you're fucked.
But
you're fucked.
Right? Putting this out there, conspiracy theory.
Oh, here we go.
Do you think that they're letting the LD, whatever they are,
LDC,
host these games and do this stuff?
No,
because they know they're losing money hand over fist.
Yeah,
because they know the worse the financial situation they're going to get in.
I'm telling you, I'm going to put this out there right now. Right, I predict within the next 5 years, the LLDC will give us that stadium.
Yeah,
they won't want nothing to do with it. They are losing so much money in that stadium right now. That look, this is a year on. We're still talking about the stadium, and this is what pisses me off because we've had all this. The nonsense about it last year. You know, we had all the, is it going to be ready? Who's taking over the fucking security of it? Who's doing this? Why are they letting people treat their customers? And a year round, we've sorted all of that out, and yet more problems are arising. The fact that we can't play at home for the first 4 games. We've just give up a home tie in a fucking cup fixture because of the fucking rented stadium. Now, that should never, ever, ever happen. If you want to go to somewhere and be successful, I don't give a shit, right? People are calling me. People were saying I was mad. People were saying if we get drawn away, it's irrelevant. It ain't irrelevant because we was going to be away anyway. Whatever fucking way the balls are drawn out. And what happened? We got drawn out at home and we'd give it away. I don't give a shit about it's Cheltenham, right? And I'll tell you this for now. I don't give a shit that it's Cheltenham because I've seen us lose to fucking Wrexham. I've seen us lose to fucking Stockport. I've seen us fucking get... lose Grimsby, Luton. I've seen it all. We ain't a fucking team that can give away a home advantage in a cup. If we want to take these fucking cups serious and start winning them.
But I guarantee you, Cheltenham ain't that happy. Ain't that happy.
I
think if Gates seat they would have got.
We've got to compensate them.
So there you go. So we're playing away from home for Poxy Athletics. And we've got to now compensate Cheltenham.
The LLDC should compensate.
Exactly.
Them.
We shouldn't be compensating no one. We can't.
But how can you say that? How can you say that? They agreed to these terms.
Yeah, that's true. But still, we shouldn't.
That is the fucking way of it, mate. That at the end of the day, that is West Ham United's fault. That's not the LLDC's fault.
Bad enough we had to compensate Sheffield United. Now we're compensating Cheltenham.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. But how can you afford? I don't give a shit if it's Cheltenham.
No.
If we'd have played Accrington and Stanley, if this would have been the same way round last year, Accrington and Stanley, we'd have lost that game.
Right, of course would.
Exactly. We'd have lost that game. Yeah. I'm telling you.
A lot of them little grounds ain't easy to go to.
Man. That would be a tough.
And I tell you what,
tough game.
The League Cup, the FA shouldn't allow it. They shouldn't allow special dispensations for things like that.
Totally agree with you. Totally agree with you.
If they say if you can't fulfil your fixtures, drop out the cup.
Yeah,
you're not in it.
The other thing as well with this LDC people, right, about the wasting money. Why has everything West Ham United been removed from that stadium?
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
And I mean everything. Yeah. They've hired a crane in
to get the letter.
Why not? Everybody in the world knows West Ham play at the London Stadium in the Queen Elizabeth Park.
People.
Oh, we're going to pull the West Ham.
It used to be.
I get it's the advertisement at the club and all that.
But inside.
If it weren't for us,
do you know what's inside? I went there the other day. No, it ain't. The shirts are still up.
Oh, they're still up.
Yeah.
Oh, they ain't pulled them.
So what's the fucking point of pulling the letters down? Exactly. Leave the shirts up. Is the founder all still there? Yes, it is.
It's
But all the
absolutely
pictures on the
pathetic.
outside are gone, aren't they?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
pictures
The
on
scraps are all
outside,
off
yeah.
there.
The claret seats are still there though. It's pathetic.
You
mate.
can't. I'll tell you, I went down there the other day to see Robbie off on his march. Support Robbie's march, by the way. He's finished it now, he's done it. But you can still donate. You can still donate to it. Like, we'll put a link in the description down below. You can't get near it. It's like a fucking security operation there.
We've been down there on non-match days, like they just put so many obstructions in your way. Like you say, like Boxing Day.
Do you know what? I'm not interested in the stadium. I'm not even interested in the fucking problems that the stadium have got anymore. To be fair to them, they've got them and they're sorting them out. The reason I'm moaning is because once again we was lied to. We carry on being lied to. They don't address it. You know what I mean? And if they don't want to address it, I'm sure we've got a meeting soon. I'll fucking address it.
Yeah.
And I'll let you all know.
The worrying thing for me is the fact the 3 away games on the spin in the league, forgetting about Cheltenham, even Cheltenham in away, but playing away from home for them 4 games, it's a disadvantage. We've just been spanked by Man United,
Which is a big psychological blow.
We've got Southampton, like you said, come at home, first game of the season at home, the crowd are going to be buzzing, they're behind you, so, you know, that's an advantage to the team straight away. We ain't got that. We get turned over by Southampton, we rock up at Cheltenham, get turned over by Cheltenham. We've then got to travel to Newcastle, where we never do well. 4 games into the season, we could be sitting rock bottom of the league with no points, a minus 10 goal difference and out of the League Cup. There's no confidence whatsoever before we even get to Huddersfield, who are going to be buzzing to play us at the London Stadium because it's probably one of the biggest stadiums they've ever played in
They
their life.
would have played them. They would have played them at that point. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So,
it's tough.
I tell you, it could lose Slavy's job.
Yeah.
But
He needs to rally both ways. He needs to rally
a win.
Oh, cool. Yeah, exactly. Look, that's worst case scenario. I've got every confidence in us going to Southampton and turning them over.
Southampton's
because Antonio should be back. Fingers crossed, Lanzini's back.
I'm going to try and take a more fucking positive look this year. Yeah. Let's get to Southampton and then see what happens there. I mean, we've just been pumped by United. There ain't many teams that are going to go to United this year and not get fucking spanked like that.
They're going to be in and thereabouts.
Better teams than us are going to go there and get heavily beat.
The worrying thing for me is worse teams are going to go there and put a better performance in.
That's
it's first game of the season.
As I said, it's first game of the season. The only frustrating thing for me is that performance today was reminiscent of getting spanked by Arsenal last season.
Trying to be a fight
by Man City.
That's what
that did worry me as well because I saw that in it because in them games we was nowhere near them.
Exactly, and
that's competing, and I saw that today.
I put it on our group chat, and I said we will get beat like that this season. Against City, against Arsenal, against Chelsea.
But, that's what they are. When you see Leicester really take it to Arsenal and nearly beat them and really put up a fight, and you think
I've got to give Leicester their dues, mate. They ain't rested on their laurels. They won the league, and granted they lost Kante, but they was always going to lose Kante when a bid from like someone's going to be competing for the league like that. But they ain't rested on their laurels. They had 4 strikers in their ranks. Like 3 of them were £30 million strikers, and they're still trying to sign another one. That's how ready you got to be in the league. And what have our owners done? Not knocking them for the business they have done, but we ain't got enough. No. We have not got enough.
The 4 quality signings are quality signings, but we needed another 2 more quality signings.
Yeah,
we need
possibly 3.
We said this on the social. Someone asked a question. We need another striker who's decent. We need another winger, and I really do think we need another centre half.
I think we need a creative midfielder, man, to create them chances.
I must admit, there was before we start wrapping up, there was a good positive today. I thought Declan Rice come on.
He was superb. He sprayed the ball around like he stepped on that pitch. He knocked the ball around like he'd been playing for 5 or 6 seasons. Not the fact that he was just in his second game, third game. You know, he looked brilliant. It surprised me a bit. Noble went off. I thought Noble's had a good game today.
Apparently he was shattered or something.
Yeah.
He was knackered.
Because
he's coming back off an injury.
He didn't look too happy going off though.
I don't think he's ever happy going off. You don't want your player to come off.
But the thing is, he was one of the ones that was fighting. You know, say what you want about Noble, he was really trying to put in some tackles.
This is what I said. Like we know I'm not a massive Noble fan, but there's games where you want him to play, and he showed that last season when we beat Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? They're the games Noble's got to play.
Yeah.
Because he's got that passion, he's got that art, and he
knows what it means.
Exactly. We're thin again, and that's like that's
we are thin. Very thin.
That's another like annoying thing. Like the amount of like we've let some pretty average players go, like as it goes. But when you're getting into the season, you've got one left winger, one right winger, and you've got no options. You think to yourself, well, why are you letting them go then? Unless you've got someone coming in, and I think that's where we struggle a little bit. I think we spread ourselves too thin, and you know we've got quality players or good players in positions, but then they let other quality players or good players go to get them in, and like we need to be adding to the squad. Like a couple of weeks ago, we had like Snodgrass, Faguli, Antonio, Arnautovic. We had too many wingers, and all of a sudden, 3 or 4 of them are going, and you've now got 2 again. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, and that's the problem.
The window's still open for 2 weeks, right? So let's see what they do.
I reckon there's stuff.
I've got a feeling there's going to be another signing.
Well,
Carvalho's
and there'll be a loan signing right on the death.
Which is apparently the rumour is that Carvalho's coming in and he's going to play Chiarte and Carvalho as a central defensive midfielder.
Who the fuck knows that?
No, but that's what apparently the rumour was wants to play, which is an interesting.
My problem with that is Chiarte playing holding midfield. That ain't his best position. I've said this time and time again. He needs to be on the ball, running at players. Because that's when he causes problems. When he's out, he's not an holding midfielder.
When he's bursting up in the middle.
Exactly. He's a box-to-box player, and he's got to be running on the ball. I get, I've seen a lot of things on Twitter with the Noble, Albion, and Chiarte debate. He isn't as good a passer as Noble, but he gives us something different to what Noble gives us. And playing him holding midfield ain't good enough.
Yeah, I agree. Start wrapping it up.
Yeah. Well, did you want to? Give a little thing of what's happened to us today. It's been a bad day.
Do you know what? I'm not going to tell you. Fuck it. All right. Anyway, thanks. I'm not going to. I don't want to. You won't believe it. You won't believe it if I told you. Yeah. It's just coach travel. Fucking stolen items.
A bit like saying out of Carry On.
Yeah, I think the hangover.
We missed the first. We watched the first half in the ticket office. We'll tell you that.
We'll tell you that much.
We had to watch it in the ticket
office. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match pint. You would have seen over the summer that the Thames Ironworks got going. Yeah. It's been hard work, hasn't it?
Still ongoing.
Yeah, still ongoing. There are videos coming. We've got new equipment coming, which will allow us to do that. Yeah. We're still waiting for our fucking kit. 4 months in.
We thought we had it.
And it wasn't it.
We had it and it wasn't it.
It was some, oh, by the way, for the people that have ordered, it was some of the ordered kit. We still haven't got our kit, so we haven't been able to do all of the shots that we wanted to do. To be honest with you, I'm really fucking annoyed that we ain't got the kit.
We're going to be going into the season without kit.
Yeah, of course we will. We've still got West Ham.
West Ham loaned us.
Thank you.
So, really
saving grace there.
But I'm a bit annoyed. But
big announcement coming.
We're going to announce the manager.
Yeah, big announcement coming up
this week. We're going to announce it. Who is it?
It's not fucking me. That's for sure.
Big Sam.
Yeah, but let's. What else I've got to say? What else we got to say?
What else we got down? We got all sorts coming up.
Dan's new show.
That went down well.
I must admit, mate. Impressed with that new show, done really well.
He's surprised, like he's thinking, I thought it was going to be a bit crap.
I didn't know they could play it.
It's sure his FIFA preview, that's
all I saw was his feet pop up my timeline.
It was almost like,
Dan's new show, and I'm like, that's good, Dan.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, it seems to have gone down really well. Yeah. Right, I'm happy with that. So that'll be out, I think, this week.
The fan cams will be up soon.
Yeah.
We haven't had a chance to get them up yet.
Another part of our away day.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I've got some explaining to do, but yeah. So it's just been a shit day. I just want to get it all off.
It's
Mate, you have to, otherwise you cry.
So I'll just tell the story.
Come on, just tell it. They're all going to ask.
It's therapeutic.
So we've turned up this morning
7.
Dan lost, yeah. Dan's complaining first thing in the morning, 7:30, that he's lost his lunch on the train. It ends up it's in his house. We gets to the ground today, and we're waiting for a minibus. Everyone's here, bright and early, waiting for a minibus.
16 of us.
I'm not going to mention. I think it's going to be a bit unfair to mention the company. I'm not going to mention the company, but we booked a minibus with someone and it didn't turn up.
Not their fault, either.
Not their fault. No, I'm sure it's beyond their control, and they did try very hard to sort it out. But unfortunately, it couldn't be eradicated. We had to come in our cars. We ended up getting in our cars. On the way to the ground, I've discovered that I haven't got my bloody tickets. I've gone to the fucking ticket office and had some almighty kick-off in the ticket office because they wouldn't give me the tickets that I paid for, even though I had proof in my hand that they was mine.
You missed out a live stream that we tried to do.
Yeah, we tried to do a live stream and that didn't fucking go to plan. So that was poxy. Then we got back to the car and found out that a load of our equipment has been stolen, which is
the icing on the cake.
Icing on the cake, and I've really, I'm a bit worried about that tomorrow. To be honest, I've got some, I've got some grovelling to do actually. But it's one of them things like. It happens, but I've never had so many things go wrong to me on one day in my life. Was there more?
There was more little bits and pieces that was just like.
We've got to listen to this to top this all off, right? When we was coming home, we stopped at the services. McDonald's didn't have a fucking burger. They didn't have no burgers in McDonald's.
It's like Kentucky having no chicken.
Exactly. Didn't they? There was not one burger in.
To be fair though, I'm not surprised by any of this because like Nick's one of them people. Like if you're ever on a night out with Nick, don't stand next to him because if something's going to happen,
it's going to happen to him.
Anyway, thanks very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint. We have to laugh, otherwise we'll cry. We'll be back all during the week. We've got content every day this week, starting with on the social, midweek musings. West Ham week. Ryan's back this week as well, so we might get him doing something. He's been in Vegas. He's got his previews. Collabs with Ugly Inside this week.
Friday off your show.
Yeah, we said that. And we're back again next week for post-match pint.
Hopefully a happy post-match pint.
Yeah. So thanks very much for joining us. One thing left to say, boys. Come on, you Islanders.